Given the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, I need to prove that EBA, which is this chunk right here, is equal to the measure of angle CBD. That chunk right there. All right. I got myself a 2-column proof. All of my reasons are given. Some of my statements are given. I need to go from 1 to 6. Well, if you are watching my videos in order, if you're watching my gross geometry videos in order, which if you're not, shame on you, the 2 previous examples looked very similar to this, where my first statement was always a given. It even tells me it's a given, so why would that change? 95, 91, 90, 10, 90 billion% of the time, your first statement's going to be your given for a 2-column proof. So that's done. Now what? They are going to tell me that the measure of angle EBA, which is this whole thing right here, EBA is 2 plus 3, angle addition postulate, makes sense. We saw that in a previous video. The measure of angle EBA is also 2 plus 1. How do I know that? Well, 3 is 1 because we said that up here. So if 3 is 1, then my reason from turning 3 into 1 is because 3 is 1. That's the substitution property of equality. So we've seen that before. They could have made this problem a little bit more difficult and made me guess that, but I'm not going to complain. So now it says the measure of angle EBA equals blank from the commutative property of addition. Now, the commutative property of addition means that if you say something like 3 plus 1, it's the same as 1 plus 3. You're going to look at this and say, this is extremely picky. I don't like it. And you're kind of right. But the difference between 3 and 4 is 3 says 2 plus 1. 4 is going to be 1 plus 2. Pointless? Yes. But many proofs are. Proofs are annoying, but commutative property, if it says, no, you need to use the commutative property, just think of a commute to work. If you take root 3 to work and then take root 1, then on the way home, you're going to take root 1 to root 3. Makes sense? It should. So now the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals stuff from the angle addition postulate. So let's go back to our picture, because the last time we used the angle addition postulate, we said that 2 plus 3 is EBA. Now I want 1 plus 2, and 1 plus 2 is CBD. So we are going to say that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is the measure of angle CBD due to the angle addition postulate. And so now I'm at the very end. And what always happens at the very end? What you're trying to prove. So we could say the measure of angle EBA is congruent to the, is equal to the measure of angle CBD by the transitive property of equality. The transitive property of equality is kind of like the law of syllogism. The law of syllogism says, hey, if A equals B and B is C, then just skip the B and go right from A to C, A to C. Transitive property is the same thing. So what are they doing here? Way up here, they say that EBA is 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is CBD, so let's skip the middleman and say EBA is CBD. And that was supposed to be EBA, so let me erase that and make that look better. Otherwise, that would not be a good way to end this video, to have a wrong statement up on the picture. But despite that tiny little mistake, that's my guys. That's my introduction to 2-column proofs. Not a lot of fun unless you have a death wish. So there you go.